Alright, we are at our last section, last day of the PSLE marking. So again, set B, we are at question 39. Okay, we're going to finish the word problems very soon. So we have this person called Mrs. So, had a very long piece of ribbon, and she's going to use 1/3 of it for a dress, 2/9 of it to a parcel. Okay, same thing when I see this kind of things, I know the first thing I want to do, since we are talking about the same ribbon, we would want to change it into common denominator first. Okay, now writing it out will also help. Okay, to describe to me, oh, 3/9 is for the dress, whereas 2/9 is for the parcel. Okay, and you know that she had 36 centimeters of ribbons left. Right, for those who would prefer to draw, you can actually draw out the 9 units. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 units is for dress, so this will be for dress. This is parcel. Parcel will be 2 units, so I'm going to just change the direction because I don't have a color here. And the rest will be what is left. Okay, and they say that there's 36 centimeters left, so I will know that the remaining 4 units is for 36. Let's always find for 1 unit. 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9. Question is, what fraction of the ribbon had she left? So we know that this is actually 4 out of a total of 9 parts. We have already done with part A by drawing it out. Now part B, what was the length she used to tie the parcel? Parcel is how many units? 2 units. So we will want to find 9 times 2, which will give you 18. And the answer 18, remember, check yourself if you have put in the units. 18 centimeters. Alright, so that's for question 39. We're going to go to question 40. So those who have paid attention, you will know that there was a mistake, which I asked you all to change for me. We want to find Tom. So you have got 3 people, Muthu, Tom and Hamid. Tom has 20 more pictures than Muthu. Hamid has twice as many as Tom. So remember, we choose a short story that's easy to draw. I think the units one is always the easiest to draw. Hamid and Tom. Hamid has twice as many. Okay, so we have got here Tom. So we are done with this. We can strike it out. We can always do a tick or whatever you like. Tom has 20 more pictures than Muthu. So we're going to draw Muthu, except that Muthu will be lesser because Tom is the one who has more. More by how much? More by 20. Okay, meaning to say everything also more by 20. Everything also more by 20. Alright, and the total is 300. Okay, are there equal units inside? This is an equal unit. You notice all the shaded parts are equal units. So how many units are that equal? There are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 equal units. Alright, now 4 equal units. But these 4 equal units, we are going to not just take 300 like that, isn't it? We need to subtract away the extra part, which is 20, 20, and 20. So a total of 60. 240 is what you have left. So we want to find for 1 unit all the time. 240 divided by 4, which is going to give us 60. So we have 60 per unit. The question is asking how much did Tom have. Does Tom only have 60? Not true. Tom also have the additional 20 that we need to add in. So answer is 80. Alright, question 41. You have Andy who jogged a total of 13 kilometers Monday to Friday. And for the first 3 days, what's the meaning of first 3 days? Monday to Wednesday. So he has a total of 8.9. Alright, now this 8.9 is only for Monday to Wednesday. Meaning Thursday to Friday, you don't know, right? But you know that the total was 13. First 3 days was 8.9. We can find out the last 2 days. So 13 minus 8.9, we have to put a 0 just to help the 9 at the bottom, at the back. This is 2, this is 10, okay, and 12 minus 8, 4.1. Remember your decimal point, please, don't forget your decimal point. 4.1 becomes 41, that's disaster. Now this 4.1, let me just put down in English to help us. We know that this is Thursday and Friday. He jogged the same distance on the 2 remaining days, meaning this 4.1, we want to find out for 1 day, which is Friday. So we want to divide it by 2, because it's spread equally into 2 days. So 4.1 divided by 2, again, you see there are so many tests testing you on division of your decimal. Make sure you are expert in this. Alright, so you can't really divide, so there's a 0, you have a 0. Create another 0 to bring down, just to make sure you finish off the whole division with 0 remainder. So it's 2.05, the distance being jogged, 2.05. Remember one important thing, your units. That's for question 41. Alright, we are left with last 2 questions before we meet each other in school again tomorrow. So we have question 42. Okay, now a fruit seller is selling 5 apples for $2. So you have got one group again, and this group is made up of 5 apples, which I'm not going to draw, but if you like to draw, you can do that. And it's costing you $2. Now you have 95 apples being bought. My question is, how many groups is that? So to find, you have to take 95 divided by each group has 5, right? We want to find how many groups there are. There are a total of 19 groups. And in each group, you pay $2. So 19 groups, meaning you have to pay a total of $38. So this is for part A. Remember to label your part A, part B, and part C, so that it's easier for your marker to give you your M1 and A1. Alright? So that is for part A. Part B. Alright, now you are going to receive $1,004. You know that you sell each set at $2, am I right? So we want to see, out of this $1,004, how many sets did he actually sell? Alright, each set is $2, right? And he collected 1,004. So we want to find out, we divide it by 2, we find out the number of sets that the person actually sold. He sold a total of 502 sets. Alright, now that's not the end, because all these are in set, in groups. Alright, set and group means the same thing. But you know that in each group, there are 5 apples altogether. So we want to find out, for selling 502 groups of apple, how many total apples is that? 502 times 5, we get 2510 as the answer. Okay, question 43. Now question 43, it is a geometry question talking about area, and we have square, so you can see that this is a square in the middle. You have 3 same rectangle. Alright, find the parameter of the figure, which is not easy because you're only given one side of it. Alright, but there's a pattern that I would like you all to observe. You notice that this is the length, the longer side facing you. This is the breadth. Alright, same goes for this rectangle. This is the length, this is the breadth, this is the length, and this is the shorter side, which is the breadth. Okay, now something interesting here is that you notice that 2 of the breadth, this breadth and this breadth, makes up 1 of the side. Okay, 2 of the breadth, let me repeat, 2 breadth, 1 and 2, makes up 1 side of each. Okay, and you know that the length over here looks identical to the length over here. So let's take a look. You have 20 for the square here, you will have 20 on top as well. Now if you have 20 on top here, you can also say that this is where else would there be a 20? There will be a 20 here, there will also be a 20 here. So we are just writing down all the numbers. Okay. Okay, let me just pause for a while. This is your attendance code. So can you just write down your attendance code before we continue with question 43? Okay, so let's continue. Alright, now where did my went to? Okay, let's open up the file again. I think there's some problems with the computer. So let's open up the file. We are at question 43. Okay. Alright, now it's a little confusing over here, but I want you all to notice something. Still having some problems with the computer. Just give me a moment. Let me just restart so that it's less confusing for you. So we're just going to restart the question again. Okay, now we have got a square and 3 rectangles. So as I was saying just now, you notice that 2 of the breadths actually makes up one side of the square. Alright, so meaning to say this side over here is actually made up of 2 breadths. Alright, we have 1 breadth on top and 1 breadth below. So here is also 2 breadths. Here, 1 breadth. Okay, now the length of this side here, which is 2 breadth, which means that the length of this rectangle is also 2 breadth. Okay, so you notice 2 breadths plus 2 breadths and 1 breadth here gives you a total of 5 breadths. Okay, and this 5 breadth is like 5 units like that, 20. Okay, so 1 breadth will be just 20 divided by 5, which gives you 4. So this is actually 4. This is actually 4. Okay, and 2 breadths means it's going to be just 8. Alright, so meaning this side here is also going to be 8. This side here is going to be 8 as well. Okay, now the number on top easy already, because if you know that the bottom is 20, on top is also 20. So how to find the parameter of the figure? You're going to find the parameter around the figure. It will be 20 plus 8 plus 20 plus 8, which will give you 56 centimeter as the answer. Okay, so this has got to see whether you are able to compare. Alright, whether 2 of the breadth is able to make up 1 of the length. 2 breadths is the same as 1 length of a rectangle. Okay, so that means the length is twice of the breadth. And 2 breadth, 1 breadth gives you 5 breadth in total, which is 20. 1 breadth, which is 1 unit, 20 divided by 5 is 4. Find the area of the shaded part. Okay, now 2 breadths, you know it is 8 centimeter. And then 1 of the breadth is actually just 4. So part B of the question, we are just need to take length times breadth. The length is 2 breadths, right? Which is 4 times 2, which is 8. The breadth is just 4. 1 breadth is 4. So we get a total of 32 as the answer. So the answer, 32, remember your units again, square centimeters. Alright, now if you are confused with this question, you might want to take some time to rewind the video and re-watch as to how I get the two breaths equals to two breaths and one breath over here. Okay. So with that, I'll see you in lessons tomorrow with any questions that you would like to ask.